My name's Grant. I'm from Orange, New South Wales, and this is my 1967 XR Falcon. The response to the car's amazing, especially at Summernats. I had guys which are die-hard Holden guys would even come up and say, I don't hate Fords, but I'd even own that one. It's always lovely to hear guys appreciate the cars and come up to you and shake your hand, and it's always, I think that's one of the reasons why you do build a car. You want that response. My first car was when I was 17. It was a '94 Honda Civic. Back then, the four-cylinder scene was all the rage. I had friends and cousins in Sydney that were right into the scene. That got me involved from the very first moment. But I had a 200SX. As I got older, I was going into more of the performance realm, I suppose. It was a turbo car, and it wasn't hard to get the 200SX to be a pretty good performance car. I suppose where my passion for these old cars come back was when I was a young apprentice. I owned a '74 Galant wagon. Now it was an orange wagon which looked like a pumpkin, which I used to call it. But I love that car to death because to me it had a character. It'd never fail. It'd just keep on going. I don't think I even opened the hood on it for about 2 years. That's where my passion for old cars really got, because the character they have. Like these old cars, they've got a character. You're driving down the street, everybody appreciates them for what they are. That's where it's all came from for me. Really had an eye for an XR Falcon. I looked day in, day out on the internet for probably about 2 years, I'd say. I actually bought the car unseen, which was a bit of a gamble, but I just got it put on a car trail and sent back here. It had a 302 Windsor already in it. It'd been lowered, had a paint job already, it had original interior, and it's everything at that time I wanted. I decided to take it into Des at Knight's garage here. The original plan was just to get the rear lips rolled, so it stopped the tyres from scrubbing, but that was 2.5 years ago, and the things have escalated since then, and you've got the car you see now. When I was thinking about building the engine, I wanted a nice, powerful street combo, if you will. So that's why I didn't want to go over the top, but I thought 393 stroker was probably the way to go for me. I thought it was a nice, solid engine. I went with a C4 gearbox as well, with a 9-inch diff with 389 gears. I think overall that's a pretty solid combo for this car. The wheels got 20-inch Simmons on the front and 22s on the back. From there we've got a 4-link suspension in the back, fully adjustable 4-link suspension. With the interior, when we got to a certain point with the car, it was pretty obvious that the car was going to be something special, I suppose, and we wanted to incorporate the interior to really justify it. It turned out above and beyond what I could ever imagine. Matty Gykes at Inside Rides, yeah, he's done an outstanding job. It's the little touches in the car, that there's embossing of a bad apple in the actual leather. There's little things like that they're right through the car. I didn't want them to be in your face as such. I just wanted it to be a nice, clean, subtle kind of a car, and I think we've done that. The paint is a house colour paint. It's pagan gold, candy apple red and ruby brown. For me, it was the biggest aspect of the car. I didn't want to go too far away from the originality of the car, but I wanted to pick a paint to justify that era. I know it's a bit different, but it's my version of that kind of era. It's been to a couple of car shows so far. It's obviously got unveiled at Summernats this year, which was a pretty special occasion. It's something I'll never really forget. When I first set out to build the car, I never had any expectations of having something like that happen, but it was a special experience, and the car won People's Choice down there, which in my books was an award that you'd really like to win, because it's obviously an award that everybody loves the car. I love getting in the car and driving it. There's no better feeling than, there's no stereo in the car. There's nothing but the sound of the engine pretty much, and that's when I enjoy it the most, driving the car, enjoying hearing how it sounds, the response that it does get, and that's my real love for it.